Howdy, Danielle. So I wanted to get with you and send you over this video on the Compass. I'm going to give you a good little walk around. So up front you're going to have your halogen headlights. They even got the little Jeep emblem inside. Your daytime running lights and your fogs. Gorgeous color. It's really hard to see on camera how pretty this granite crystal metallic is in person. I may be able to get close and you may be able to see all the flakes. There it goes. Look how pretty it is. Now you're gonna have, like I was saying, brand new set of tires. You can still see the little tire nipples on there. Brand spanking new. Gorgeous car overall. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you a little bit about the car. So right here is our key fob. Even have this Jeep emblem on it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a little trick getting in. So if I tap this button right here with the key fob nearby, you're going to hear the horn honk and it's going to lock up. If I stick my hand behind, it'll automatically pop the door. And that works for the driver and the passenger. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it up again and demonstrate to you remote start. So a cool thing about remote start, the way you can tell that she's starting up is if I'm going to double press the button right here. I'm going to see if I can get it on camera nicely. It's going to honk twice. And then it's going to start up and your daytime running lights are going to kick on. Now I can simply cancel it if I had something come up and I'm not leaving by pressing the remote start button once, and it'll cancel itself. So I'm going to go over everything with you. So it is a little dirty because of the pollen, but there is a scratch right here that is noticeable. It's hard to get it on camera, but there definitely is a scratch right here. I want to be as open with you as I can. And then you do have a couple of chips right along the door sill. I don't want any surprises for when you do come in. Now walking to the back, you can tell that the rear tail lights are lit up to let you know that you are remote started, so you can tell from both sides. So I'll show you the trunk space. Huge amount of trunk space. Now this does have the carpeted mat. So this is part of the cold weather package I was telling you about, how you get rubber mats. So they've got it on the carpeted side, right? But I can take this guy. Bear with me, I'm doing this solo one-handed. And now, I have the rubber mat with the Jeep logo to keep everything nice and clean, any water or anything like that. And someone doesn't have the seatbelt buckled in. But you're gonna have a little Jeep emblem down here, 12 volt. And then another storage pocket on this side. Now this guy can raise up. And underneath, you've got your tire inflator kit, as well as your funnel, and all the necessary tools you'll need. Now this can also drop all the way to the bottom, so you can actually get a little more depth out of your cargo area, a lot more room. You have grocery bag holders on both sides, so if you have something that you don't want rolling around, your grab handle up here. You got another Jeep emblem, as well as another Jeep emblem back here. There's going to be little quirks like that all throughout the vehicle. Jeep loves to do fun stuff like that. Your full capless system, all you do is just stick the hose in and go to town. No cap, no nothing. May back up so I can get the whole thing in there. So like I was saying, you'll have passive entry on this side as well. All you get the button, and then I can put my hand behind it and unlock. There is a little scratch right here on the door handle. This is a used vehicle. It's as close to new as you can pretty much get. Now I'm about to take you to the inside give you a walk around of all the cool stuff, because I ain't even got to the sunroof yet. I mean, look at how big that thing is. It's massive. It goes over the whole car. So now you got your music playing because we remote started. I don't even have to put my foot on the brake. All I gotta do is tap the button. My gauges will come to life. The key fob battery is low. We'll get that taken care of. So you're gonna have your auto dimming rear mirror. Now up top, you're gonna have your sunshade. Now it is kind of hard to see on camera because my camera zooms in so much, but this is gonna be for the sunshade, this is gonna be for the sunroof. So if I hit this, the sunshade's gonna whir back to its first position. If I hit it one more time, it'll whir on back to where you have this whole open sunroof. Now, that's for letting light in. Now this is for letting the breeze in your hair. It's gonna open up, you're gonna have your wind deflector right here so it doesn't buff it or get super loud. And then if I press it one more time, it'll even open just a little bit more. But I'm gonna go ahead and close it up because it looks like it may rain on me. And then if you want to vent it, you push this little button and it'll pop open a good little vent for you there. And then all you do is just pull on the right side, it'll close up. So let's go over the interior. So you're gonna have all your controls for your center control screen right here. So just like a keyboard almost, you go up, you got up, down, left, and right. So now we're on the very first screen, which is speedometer. If I go down one, it's going to go to vehicle info, which is going to give me live tire pressure, live coolant temperature, live transmission temp, your oil temp, as well as your battery voltage. And if I hit it one more time, it resets back to the original. Fuel economy, it's going to show your range and your average. And that average may be a little hard to see, but it shows 22 miles per gallon. That's because it does have a lot of idle time when you're at a dealership. Then this is going to be both your trips, A and B, and it's going to show an average mileage and how many miles and your average mileage and your time. This is for the automatic stop start. So this vehicle is equipped with what we call auto stop start. So some people ask a lot of questions about it. Now it's a real simple system that does nothing but help save fuel economy. So anytime you come up to a red light and you're in drive and you're doing your thing, the engine will shut down. So you'll watch the RPM drop to 0, but everything else works just like normal. The engine is simply stopped to conserve fuel. If you let your foot off the brake, the engine will come right back alive, just like nothing happened. It doesn't affect anything about the vehicle or operation other than saving fuel. And this is letting you know that the reason it is not doing any sort of auto stop start is because the cabin is still heating or cooling, or you're unbuckled, or believe it or not, if the steering wheel is turned too far, it won't do it because it thinks you're going to jump out in traffic, which 9 times out of 10 you are. So moving on, this is going to tell you if there's any messages. Right now it's letting me know that the key fob I'm using, the battery's low. But if I hit OK, it's going to always stay right here and show me what warning or something about the vehicle. If I go down, I can go into screen setup. Now this is where it gets cool. So if I hit OK, it's going to highlight in blue what section I'm changing. So if I go down, I can put compass, outside temperature, the date, the time, the ignition state, whether it's running or it's off because of auto stop start, your range to empty, all sorts of cool things. It's fully customizable to you. What I typically put on all of them is range to empty. I'm messing up here. Now I'll typically put my average fuel economy, and then in the center I'll leave it to where when I'm driving it'll always show the speedometer up top digitally no matter what screen I'm in. And then you go down, press again. This is vehicle settings. There's a couple of things you can go in here. So if you need to calibrate the compass, it's going to tell you to drive in a circle. Compass variance, this is something you'd have to look in the owner's manual to set. It's based on where you're located. Then safety and assistance. This is going to be if you wanted to turn on a speed warning. If you wanted to turn off hill start assist, which there's no need for you to ever do that. Or if the buzzer, you want it to be higher or lower. But other than that, everything else is going to be controlled in the center control screen. Now moving to the center control screen, the creme de la crop. So I'm going to go ahead and show you your backup cam. So I'm going to put it in reverse while I'm sitting here. Nice big beautiful backup cam, and even has the lines that turn with your steering wheel. And it is pretty darn accurate, especially when you get used to it. So you're going to have AM. Let me go to the old radio here. AM, FM, and Sirius. Bluetooth, auxiliary, and USB. This is your climate settings. So really the only thing you need from the climate settings inside the screen here is this button right there, synchronize. Well, I hit settings, sync. So if I turn that off, whenever I change the passenger temperature, it's going to deviate from the driver. If I hit synchronize, it's going to go back to your setting, and then everything is controlled with these two buttons over here. So now you're controlling both temps. Other than that, it's automatic, so I've got it set to auto now. It's going to whir the fan up or down based on what temperature and the requirements to maintain that temperature. Now if I go to apps, it's going to show me everything that the vehicle has on it. So you do have your heated steering wheels. So if I hit controls, that's going to always pop up my heated seats and steering wheel. So that's how you access your heated seats. Really and truly, the cool thing about this, having the apps, it's just like your smartphone, right? I can hit, say I want controls where climate is, because I'm never going to use the climate settings anyways, right? I drag it down, and now controls is there, and climate's moved over here. This bottom row is fully customizable except for your home button. Then you'll have all your phone settings moving on. So you'll be able to set up top your favorites. You can read all your last one in, look at your phone book, look at your recents. Heck, you can even see your messages right here on the screen. Now moving over to your glove box. Nice big old glove box. Plenty of room. Both your front windows are going to be auto down. One tap and one tap up. Same for the driver's side and passenger side. Like I was saying, your big rubber floor mats. Now you've got your 12 volt USB and auxiliary. Was a little bit of catch space on that side. Now I'm going to take you to the back seat. Oh, hold up, I'm missing something here. So if you don't like the vehicle shutting off on you doing auto stop start, all you do is you tap this little guy, and when it's highlighted, it'll let you know that auto start is off. This is traction control if you needed to turn it off. I don't see why you ever would. And then this is your parking brake. You pull it, it'll come on. Then all you gotta do is put your foot on the brake, push it again, and it'll come off. Now you do have your four-wheel drive controls here. If you want to put it in four-wheel drive, you tap the button, it'll lock into four-wheel drive. Or you twist the dial and you can go from auto to snow to sand to mud, depending on what terrain you're in. So I'm going to walk to the back, show you around in the back. So good little awesome little quirk about owning a Jeep, or the Compass, might I add. Down there, that is Braille for mud, sand, snow, and rock. Fun little fact, because even Jeep likes to do little quirks and hidden little features. So back here in the back, plenty of room. You're going to have your cup holder with your phone holder in the center. Nice, beautiful leather seats. Comfortable as all get out. So they're cloth inserted so your back and butt don't sweat. And then someone, for some reason, had the middle one unbuckled. So I'm going to go ahead and buckle it up. So the middle one, your middle one's all buckled up. Back here, you're gonna have vents in the center console as well as floor vents. And then you're gonna have your outlet and an additional USB. The one thing I didn't demonstrate is that this guy right here, your center armrest, can move back and forth to fit where you want it. Now, moving to the back, because I did forget one thing. And it's probably the coolest one. You can't see it from the outside. So I'm going to show you from the inside. Because you can always see it in your rearview mirror. You see that little guy right there? You have the Loch Ness Monster on your back glass. I'm trying to get it to focus. That's how you can tell a Jeep has its original glass. Because there's always going to be some little quirk about it. Well, I hope you liked the video. Hope I went over everything in detail. If you've got any other questions, just let me know.